It's a pretty cold day today at Horn Pond, Lake Inatu, whatever you want to call it. And it was a nice morning. It's about 28 degrees outside, so I decided I'm gonna hike the first mountain I ever hiked. This is Horn Pond Mountain, or Mount Tawanda. We're gonna head to the top. I got my binoculars, my camera. My goal today is to find the Indian Bowl. So let's go see if we can find the Indian Bowl. And I'll tell you about it on the way. The pond's all iced over. Utilities guys are at work, but I'm unemployed, so let's go get it. We're gonna be taking Nolans Trail to the top here. It's a nice paved road to bring us right up to the reservoir at the top of the mountain. I hear a blue jay. Had to stop right here because there's some really cool, I think it's called hoar ice or hoar frost or something like that. I don't know. We can look that up later, but I want to show you this. You can see, I just love the way that it's moisture that's in the ground and it freezes and it pushes, kind of pushes itself out in the ground. And you get these kind of crystalline ice features here, but I always love, you can see it's like pushing rocks up or like suspending rocks above it. And there's a great little outcrop of it up here. Isn't that so cool? See, okay, it just kind of pushes itself out of the ground and freezes on its way out, and it causes these really cool cascading. It's a really interesting way that ice can form, and I think it's also really nifty when you see stuff like this, because it's mechanical processes like this, weathering, erosion, but you kind of get to see it in action. It might not seem like a lot, but if every time these extrude from the ground, they're kind of moving just a couple millimeters of soil or a couple of rocks, that happens over centuries and millennia, and it can completely shape an entire hillside like this. You can kind of even notice just in the spot it's happening here that there's been a little bit of erosion on that surface, that soil surface. These processes happen over such a long period of time that when you get a chance to stop and just observe them for a snapshot in time, and then you can think about that extrapolating over lifetimes and lifetimes, kind of brings the whole geologic picture into perspective a little bit, and how brief our time is here while these natural cycles continue to happen. We're kind of arriving at the top here, and I want to flip the camera around because there's Boston, Massachusetts out there in the distance. The hustle and bustle of city life continues. I'm very grateful just to be out here, enjoying the peace and quiet up at the top of Horn Pond Mountain. Now, I'm not really quite sure where I'm heading. I don't think I've been here in 25 years. I kind of remember what it looks like, but I know it's down in like this little rocky hollow, this rocky grove area, which I feel like is down there. And I'm hoping there might be some signage or something to get me in the general area. Here's a trail marker. This looks right. Let's go check it out. This looks like it might go down in there, yeah. A black squirrel. Cool. Oh, I know it's kind of like on the rock. I think we found what we're looking for. Thank goodness for this sign here. Let's give it a read. A bowl carved out of a granite outcrop. This natural feature is said to have been used by the local Pre-Colombian Native Americans as a place to grind grains and nuts in the process of food preparation. Bowls of this nature are not the result of human construction, but of nature. The actions of glacier, running water, and a few pebbles bouncing around at the bottom of a natural depression in the rock can create a bowl over time. Another such bowl can be found in the Shaker Glen Conservation Area. It's always kind of captivated me to think about the places we can go visit now and the people that used to occupy them and that still do occupy these places in many parts of the country. You can see the acorns here on the rock would have been a good food source, and I think this is the Indian bowl. So, like most of Massachusetts, the eastern seaboard, the more northerly latitudes, would have been covered in glaciers at the end of the last, what we call the Ice Age, about 10 to 14,000 years ago. This whole area would have been under miles and miles of glaciers. It's what's shaped most of New England, carving out the rocky granite rocks that you see here. Kind of these big glaciers moving over the landscape, receding, breaking apart, doing all kinds of major renovations to the landforms here. And I've seen features like this in rivers and streams, So what happens is couple of rocks or something might get stuck in there, and as there's rushing water moving around, it moves the rocks around like that. Hold up. I just got distracted because I think I found another cool type of fungus here. I think this is witch's butter. Get that in focus. Really, really cool. But anyways, ooh. Oh no. Kind of the point of my mission up here is to find this. I would be so interested if there's ever been any artifacts kind of found up here. You could imagine if there were folks here using this the way I've always been told that it's used, and grinding acorns in there and using it for food preparation, that there might be other kind of artifacts found around here. Maybe I'll head to the library someday and see what archaeological work or anything has actually been done in this area, because it'd be really, really interesting to see that kind of pre-colonial history of a place that I now call home, and to respect and appreciate the people that were here first. Here's the Indian bowl. We found it.